On just a parting shot on the dating thing, because I get asked this all the time. Ntokozo, would you date someone living with HIV? And my answer is
I have a very small sample. I'm often fascinated by, firstly, whether people disclose on dating apps like Grindr for men who have sex with men. Yeah. And there are a couple of things that I've noticed there that's quite interesting to me. I've not once come across someone saying that they are HIV positive and they are, well, one or two, yeah, but mostly people won't say they're HIV positive and they're taking ARVs. But now everyone is on PrEP.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because some of my friends who are HIV positive, and I don't judge them, obviously these are our individual choices.
Yes.
Even some of them, I've seen their profile saying, I'm on PrEP and I'm negative. But actually, positive, undetectable on ARVs. So they're trying to negotiate this. There's a complex set of ethics there that we need to talk about.
Yes. So I think for me,
I'm gonna leave this one to the single people.
we appreciate you.
But it's disclosure. It's a big part of what you facilitate conversation around.
So what happens is, I think before disclosing to someone that you're living with HIV, that someone that you're really trying to date, let's move away from one night stands and you meet someone, you like them. I think it's important for you to present yourself first, because I think you put your best foot forward and you sort of make them like you. Okay, I do think though that before you exchange bodily fluids, that you must disclose. And what that looks like will always depend on the person you're disclosing to. I think disclosure for me has always been, people ask us all the time, how do I disclose to my mother? I can't tell you because you know the relationship between you and your mother. If you and your mom have a great relationship, disclosure will be easy. If the relationship is complex and has problems, even the disclosure itself might not go so well and it's not the disclosure, it's the fact that we're just not in a good place, you and I.
Sure.
So disclosure is and the good thing is, to be honest with you, you don't have to disclose to anyone you're not exchanging body fluids with. If we're going to go jump in the sack, then I think it's fair that you know. And I think being a single person in 2018, 19, 20.
Wow.
I found that there's people that I've dated and we break up, and then 2 years later they come to me and they're like, while we're dating, was HIV positive. They never told me.
Oh, wow.
And I wouldn't get mad because I think protection for me is a thing. And I think using condoms is not an event. It's a thing that you do all the time. Like, it's a habit. It's not just like, let me just protect myself now. It's a thing that you must just learn to get into all the time. And I have learned to do
So for
that.
you, and it's a deeply personal, ethical question, is part of the reason why you wouldn't be upset, not only because you use protection, but because you think you need to take responsibility for your own well-being?
Yes, because it's all on me. If at any point while we were doing the thing, I decided to not use protection, I'm the one. So at any point, I can't say Ntokozo infected me. I pretty much infected myself because I didn't know what's in her body. It's like there's a little disclaimer that I implicitly sign that says whatever you have in your body, I want if I don't use protection.
Do you feel the same when you look about, often there's this fascination with if someone is HIV positive, who infected you? How did you get it?
Yeah.
Are those questions that go through your mind, or are they too academic to bother going there?
So if someone had to answer that question for me, would it change where I am? It wouldn't. So I'm not gonna invest my energy into something that's not gonna change my future, So I quite frankly, I don't care. And also, no one forced me to have unprotected sex. I made a decision to have unprotected sex. Because of that, no one else is to blame but me. So that's my thing.
And yet this is still a hot legal debate and an ethical debate the world over.
Yeah.
Whether or not exposure to HIV should be criminalized.
I deeply think that when you as a person decide that I am going to give the responsibility to protect Thula to someone else, you must be willing to live with the consequence
of those
that
actions. Yeah.
they might be able to protect you or they might not. right?
Yeah.
Which is why you always protect yourself. The responsibility always lies with you. And I think I've said it on the show before that if someone else wanted to give you HIV and said, I'm going out there and I'm going to be spreading this thing, if I, as Thula Mkize, have a culture of using condoms, then that person will never give it to me.
Yeah, they'll never win.
It will never win. They will never win. You know? So, that's just it.
Lastly, what are the platforms where people can reach you, and how might they be able to find safe spaces to come and ask questions, to share their stories, or just to be in community with others who are infected or affected by HIV?
Cool. So we are on all social platforms at Good Stories SA, one word. Our website is www.goodstories.org.za. Our cell phone number is there online. You can find it there if you want to chat to us.
079-696-3386.
That one. But I think for me, on just a parting shot on the dating thing, because I get asked this all the time, Ntokozo, would you date someone living with HIV? And my answer is yes. Given the fact that they know their status and they have a good functioning relationship with their status and they're on medication.
In fact, some of your best twin brothers are actually those.
Yes. so for me, I'd rather that than dating someone who doesn't even know their status and the viral load is sky high and I don't even know it. They don't even know it either.
Well, that's the funny thing, right? And Professor Franz keeps making the point that someone who doesn't know their status, that you're having a one-night stand with, is statistically more of a danger to your sexual health and your general well-being than someone who knows their status, because the research has now demonstrated that contrary to an intuition that is not a bad intuition, but an intuition that has been proven to be empirically false. It's not the case that there are tens of thousands of HIV positive people out there trying to spread the virus, but actually knowing your status, whether it's negative or positive, is better for public health than not knowing your status.
Exactly.
That's why people should get tested.
100%.
Thanks to both of you for coming in. Much appreciated. When are you coming back to Joburg again?
It's been a
One last thing. We are...
Very quickly.
Yeah, quickly. Go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got some exceptional, exciting content coming up.
So,
in 2020 and Kickstarter.
Hello.
What's happening?
it's live Instagram.
Ow!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insta. What?
Insta people.
Insta tweets. Oh, that was a good hour.
That was great.
Yes, it flies really quickly.